wealth is a high energy result. Because everything is energy, and energy is neither created nor destroyed, it just changes form. So wealth is a high energy result. So if you're going to create wealth, you have to operate from a place of high energy. What kind of energy, everybody? High. Talk to me. Talk to me. High energy. Okay. So which means, there's a physics principle. Here's what the physics principle says. No high energy result will ever flow to a low energy source. By the way, it's interesting. It says you shall remember that it's the Lord that gives you the power to get wealth. Well, what is power? Power is energy. Like some people call electricity, they call it the power company. The electric company, they call it the power company. Some people call it energy, right? But it's the same thing. So it's the Lord that gives you the power. It's the Lord that gives you the energy. Wealth is a high energy result. No high energy result will ever flow to a low energy source. That's why you have to become hyper intentional about everything that you say, because the words that you speak have energy. And that energy is telling the world something about you, whether you match what they are looking for. So wealth is a high energy result. So like you take a 747, like a 747 jumbo jet, it holds, I think, 419 people, which is a lot of people on an airplane, right? It's like a small town. And fully loaded, a 747 weighs 986,000 pounds. Now, that doesn't seem like when you see 987,000 pounds, the first thing you think is not, you know what, I think what I'll do is see if I can get this 986,000 pounds 5 miles in the sky and see if I can get it moving about 500 miles an hour, right? That's not the thought that comes to your head. But when you see a 747, it always has 4 engines. It has 2 on each wing. Those engines are not lawnmower engines. They are not 4-cylinder hybrid Prius engines. They're not even Rolls-Royce W12 combustion engines. They are very, very powerful jet engines. In fact, 747s are so overpowered, if they lose 3 engines, the plane can still fly with 1. It won't fly as straight, but that's why they have 4 engines. It's quadruple redundancy, right? And so you say, Myron, what's your point? My point is, if you desire wealth, which is a high energy result, then you must become a source of what? High energy. Talk to me, everybody. A source of what? You have to become a source of high energy. So you have to become a source of high energy, and when you become a source of high energy, then high energy things will start flowing towards you. But if you're a source of low energy, then you will only low energy things will flow towards you. And then some people, Myron, that sounds new age. First of all, all truth belongs to God. And part of the problem with New Age ideology is they want to use the truth that belongs to God without giving the credit to the God that owns the truth. Okay? So if it's true, it's true. It doesn't matter who believes it. If something's true, it doesn't matter if somebody who's New Age or Old Age believes it. It doesn't matter. Why? Because true is true. Right. Okay, so the other thing that I want to bring to your attention about wealth, other than being a high energy result, which means you have to start right now, today, being a source of high energy. When people ask you how you're doing, stop saying, fine. Stop saying, above the dirt. Right? How you doing? I'm surviving. You're broke. All of those are broke answers. By the way, there's no intended humor in anything I'm saying. Wow. There's no intended humor in anything I'm saying. I'm as serious as I can be. Like it's like you being above the dirt is costing you a fortune. Why? Because nobody wants to be around that. Right? Nobody wants to buy anything from that. I'm above the dirt. I'm surviving. I'm still living. No duh. That was the first thing I noticed before I spoke to you. If you were sitting up there all gray and peaked, right, eyes all glazed over, I wouldn't have said, hey, how you doing? I just called 911. Right? How you doing? I'm alive. No fake. Right? Okay. You say, Myron, what's your point? My point is, you're doing it to yourself. The path is smooth. Why do you throw stones before you? I went to the bank yesterday because I had to do some bank stuff, and I asked the young man, young dude, young, strong, has a job, which means he's making money. I said, how you doing, young man? You know. Actually, I don't. That's why I ask you how you doing, because I don't know. I didn't say that, though. I said, you know what? Like, I'm not 100% today. I'm going to let you get away with that. Okay, so wealth is a high energy result. The second thing I want to bring to your attention about wealth that maybe nobody ever brought to your attention, wealth, this is going to break somebody's brain. Wealth is measured more in time than it is in money. Wealth is measured more in time than money. Now, when you get this will change your focus. Okay? Wealth is measured more in time than it is in money. What does that mean? Okay. So let's say you make $1 million. Are you rich? It depends. See, y'all been paying attention. It depends. It depends. You make $1 million, are you rich? It depends. What does it depend on? How long did it take you to make it? If you make $25,000 a year, and there are people who make $25,000 a year, and you work for 40 years, you've made $1 million over that 40-year time period. This is 40 years. So let me ask you all a question. Are you rich? No. Okay. So you work 40 years, you've made $1 million, but you're not rich. But let's say you make that same $1 million. You make this same amount of money in 1 year. Now are you rich? Yes. You're 40 times richer than this person, even though you both made the same amount of money. Oh, did you get that? You're 40 times rich. What if you make $1 million a month? Now you're 480 times richer than this dude. Do you want to be this guy? Or do you want to be this guy or girl? Like, who do you want to be? Like, and see, so I am telling you, as a person who has been blessed to create a level of wealth, I'm not Bill Gates rich by any stretch of the imagination, but we're doing all right. I am telling you that creating wealth has a need for speed. Now, here's why that's been a problem for you. Because you've been warned. You've been warned your whole life about what? Get rich quick schemes. Beware of the get rich quick schemes, right? You got to beware of that, right? Okay. Now, the word scheme means plan, so beware of plans that could get you rich quick. Okay. So, because a scheme is a schematic, which means a plan. So, beware of the get rich quick scheme. So, beware of the plan to get rich quick. I get it. Everybody who has a business opportunity is going to get you rich quick. I get it. It's not like the Bible gives some warnings about being in too big a hurry to make money. I get that. I don't have time to teach what those mean today. I will at some point, but not today. Okay. But here's part of your problem. You've been warned your whole life about get rich quick schemes, but nobody warned you about the stay broke for the rest of your life scheme. So you opted into the one you haven't been warned about. Am I telling the truth? And so what we have to do is we have to figure out, okay, is this how I desire to live my life? Do I desire to live my life in such a way that I'm going to live on the struggle bus my whole life when it's totally unnecessary because there are people in the world. Hey, watch this now. There are people in the world whose problems you can solve right now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to go back to school to be able to solve their problems. You don't have to go take a class. You don't have to get a certification. You just know how to solve the problem. Why? Because you went through the problem and you solved it, and now you can solve theirs. But I don't know. I don't want to make too much money too fast. Got to slow this thing down. It's going too fast.